Hello Virgo, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 12th to the 18th of August. Coming up to your birthday season. It's not very far away now. So there may be a lot of questioning that may be coming to the surface at the moment. It may be sort of questioning in regards to, emotional sort of things that you want to experience in the coming future, or things that you want to sort out in your emotional life. In your relationships, those sort of things do tend to come up before the birthday period. So yeah, I'll be a little bit wary about that. We may see that in the reading here. We've got the overall energies here. Karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influences from the universe, influences from your past self, and then what is willing you on from the future is the next set that comes out there. And then we have the lessons or the understandings that you can take from this week going forward. Okay, so without further ado, let's just see what's going on with your overall energies here. The energies that's flowing through you. Yeah, it's playing backwards here, and it's playing mainly between the two karmic paths here. So it's really looking at sort of looking at your past honestly. You've got to do that. There's no point looking at the past if you're not going to look at it honestly. Looking at the past honestly, so then you can then decide the sort of things that you want from the future. There is a certain leaning towards the relationship side more than anything else, but it's certainly your overall energy here. So you may find yourself reminiscing a little bit and stuff like that. Okay. On your karmic path, this is on your relationship side. Let's just see what's going on for that. That's playing into the universal energies. In fact, it's even playing even further out there. I think you're bringing, maybe you want to inject a new lease of life into your relationship side more than anything else. And it's the same thing with the universal energies as well. It looks like you're looking for interaction with the outside world more than anything else. Your past here, yeah, that's slightly playing outwards as well. This is looking back into the past sort of scenario, but it is also playing forward into decisions that you're going to be making in the future, maybe not at the moment, but going to be making in the future. And it's playing between the overall energies and the general lessons that are coming out this week. So it's sort of like what you're looking at the past is giving you, is elucidating the future decisions that you need to be making in according to your life. And where's your future playing out? Well, it's quite big. It's very, it's like you're building a tower. You're building a belief system of how to create life or create things within your life. But it's also tied into the overall energies here. So it's putting in markers of what you want to achieve in the future. What's the lessons that are coming out of this week here? Oh, there's a really big lesson according to your part. There's a lot of information going into decision making at the moment. And as I said, I think you're reminiscing a little bit about things. You're trying to bring new things into your life. And the general sort of lesson that comes out of this here is also kind of at some point you've got to make the decision and actually pass from practical to acting, enacting your decisions more than anything else. So with the Hermit card here on the general energy, yeah, this is all about learning about both sides. This is looking at both sides of your life. As I said, with the Hermit card here, it's playing with the overall energy. It's playing right out between the bases of your karmic paths. And this is also seeing the shadow side of your life. This is what I mean about being honest about it. None of us are perfect, apart from Virgo, of course. But at the same time, you may be looking for perfection in your life. And in order to look for the closest thing that we can get to perfection in our life, we have to be blatantly honest about, I can certainly look back in my life and there's certain things I would have definitely did differently, that I would call myself out on in relationships or anything like that. And hindsight is such a beautiful thing because it doesn't move. It's fixed in time. And so it's very easy to judge. Judging our future is the difficult part. And I think this is where you're gathering a lot of information from your past in order to judge your future in a beautiful way. Yeah, your karmic path here, as I said, it's gradually going on to karma shores, but I think this is where it's the karma shores is after the moment of, and you're guiding yourself to this after the choppy water. And I think the choppy water is within you. It's like a certain degree of anxiety that might have been within you that you're battling or you're breaking through on in regards to relationships that are around you. So sometimes, you know, if our partner's not paying us enough attention, we feel a little bit insecure about that. But this is why I think this is opening that door to reminiscing in order for you to get the solutions to that situation. And the universe here is bringing in the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is helping you to be laser focused. She's got this sort of hawk here that she's holding up. And that's the sort of like hunting. It's like sort of like being able to see things in a different way. So the person, I forgot what the person's called, who the hawk, yeah, or whatever it is, the person who trains the hawk. You know, they, I'm sure you'll be able to tell me in the comments. They are getting another view of the situation. They can sort of see the birds that they don't want in their orchards or whatever, and they send the hawk off, and the hawk gets another view of it. And it helps you to be laser focused on something that from a distance can be a little bit chaotic. And I think that's where the universe is really helping you. And your past is bringing changes and ringing in changes very quickly. I would be very attentive about your reminiscing, about opening the doors to the past, about things, or bringing things into your life, new things into your life. As you're bringing new things into your life, it's going to bring a lot of victories to you as well. But it's according to what you're looking at the past of what you want to bring into your life, as it were. And in the future, you get the Three of Swords. Now, I didn't, honestly, it was obviously a decision that you're building towards. And I think this is causing you a little bit of angst. As I said here earlier on, I think this is a bit of angst. I think you're going to go through it like a breeze. I think, you know, as I said, no one is perfect. And everyone has their own flaws. And I think this is like, it's almost flaws that you see in other people, but also you see a little bit of those flaws in yourself. And it causes you a little bit of angst and pain, but it's a very short-lived one, I think. And this is where I think you need to be ready to make a big decision going forward. I think this is what you're worried about. I think that's what you're worried about. And I don't think you should be. I really don't. And I think this anxiety that you're worrying about a relationship at the moment, that you're almost sort of saying, oh, it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong. If you keep saying that, there's a good chance it's going to go wrong. You know, there's a better chance of it going to go wrong. You know, and I think this is a bit of a false card for you. I think this is sort of showing up your anxieties about, you know, the shortcomings of relationships, and that, you know, you don't want to be, you know, you don't want to be caught in any sort of situation where it causes you an enormous amount of pain. And I don't think it is. I think you've got to stop this worrying about the future. Just throw your heart into it, live it and love it. As I said, you know, we all have our own shadow side, but that shadow side is there to help us as well. And I think this sort of doubt that you've got a little bit within you is a bit detrimental to any relationships you may be having at the moment. And I think once you start realizing that of the past and seeing things clearly as they are, I think changes are going to come into your life very, very quickly. And that's where you should really input your heart into the situation. The moment you do, you can get laser focused and focus on a situation that is, could be seem at this time a little bit more chaotic, but I think it's a good thing coming out of it. We'll see what happens on the with the clarification on the Light Seers card. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. This karmic message here is not playing into the universal energies. It's really playing into the back. And we've been talking about this over the past few weeks. There seems to be this window of opportunity for you. And it's not a window that just lasts a day. It's over a period of time. And it could be this period of time when Pluto has gone from Capricorn into Aquarius, has now gone back into Capricorn. And this is what's giving you that period of time to recognize things that you've enjoyed and loved in the past and wanted to fulfill but never have. Now you have that opportunity to start fulfilling. So any business, projects, job, career path, anything you wanted to do in the past that you never got round to doing, now is the moment to start putting it into action. The universal energies here, that's also playing into the past. Most earth signs seems to be doing that at the moment, and that's bringing in a lot more than actually you're putting out into the world, because I think the realization is from within you, and that's that part. I think you're finding the side of life that complements you, because you know, you may have been running around doing lots of things for other people, for companies and so forth, but now there's an opportunity to do something for you. And this could be like a business or a project or a career path that you so wish to go after, but it's something in the past that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's a case of going ahead and doing it. And it's bringing in those opportunities, the universe. The past self here is, well, it's playing to the future, but it's also bringing, you know, the lessons we've learned in every job we've done, every project we've done, is no matter how big or small or business, you would have definitely learned a lot from it. And what it's doing is sort of saying everything you've learned from the past is going to help you so much in the future. We're trying to put this thing into place, this plan into place, as it were. I nearly turned over that card. A plan into place for the future. It's obviously, that's really good. Well, that's a really nice one. There's a lot of stars attached to that. It's like you're setting up a firework display, and you know how to do this, and you wanted to do it in a particular way in the past life. You wanted to do it in a particular way in the past, and now you've got that opportunity with all the knowledge and hindsight of how to set up a firework display. And in your future, it's setting it off. It's making for a great opportunity, an opportunity that is satisfying not only financially and physically, but also morally and emotionally. It's really, really good. What's the lessons to be learned out of this here? This is playing into this card here. And, you know, it's sort of like the decisions you're making today will create your tomorrow. And this is massively important on your relationship side. So, yeah, karmic path. You got the 10 of Swords. It says something that's dead, done and dusted with. Now, I think this is like, I think more than anything else, I think there's something coming from the past that may have been dead, done and dusted in the past, like you'd forgotten about it. But it's actually a blessing that you forgot about it, because you wouldn't have had the experience in order to put it into place. But now you do have. But there is another side to this story. In order to do what you want to do, there is certain aspects of your material wealth, business projects or career path, that you do need to stop and let go of in order to do that other stuff that you want to do. Look at that. The universe here is playing right out as well. As I said, the universe is bringing in a lot of coincidences for you, a lot of opportunity to start spinning the wheel of fortune in your favor. And this is for this long-term plan, or this ideal that was in the past. It's going to start bringing you fruit. And yeah, the past self, how that's going to influence your future is if you stick to this goal, stick to this plan. If you take that one there and go off on that passionate mission, it's only going to be based upon the 6 of Wands of you actually gaining it, because you're following your natural path. It's like you're coming back to what you were here to do. And you've spent maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years running around doing lots of different types of jobs. And finally you get to kind of going, you know what? I should have done that first thing I started off years and, you know, when I was 18 or whatever it was. And now I should be doing it now. And it's bringing it all back round, and it's kind of like bringing you finally back down to the path. But this time around, you're going to fight for it. You're going to fight for the results. And look at that. There's a lot of stars that come off on this. You get the page of, the Knight of Wands off on a very, very passionate mission here in your future. And this is all to do with the decisions that you're making today. And as I said, in the future, this mission, which is, I think, is according to what something is in the past, I think is very passionate to you from the past, is going to give you rewards on every single different types of level. Happiness after difficulty. You're going from that to that in your financial world, and that is what generally is what you got to put in this week here. And I think this is really important, to put your heart and soul into whatever you're doing in the at the moment, or in the morning. Apparently that word definitely wanted to come out. Start straight out the gun, as it were, heading straight off. You know, starting straight off, straight out of bed, bing, bang, bong, right, off and running. You know, I think it's going to serve you enormously well. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers cards. Yeah, you get the Hermit with the High Priestess. This is all to do with intuition, seeing in the interior, but it's also to do with your past, because you've got the Hermit, seeing your shadow side, being very true to what you're feeling inside you, according to how you have lived life, because that's the only thing we can really change. You know, we might want to change the entire world around us, but in reality, we can only change ourselves. And I think this is you are the key component in all of this. Once you start doing that, that's when you're really going to get some seriously good results. High Priestess, look at this. You've got the Hermit, and now you've got the Judgment card as well, coming out with the Chariot cards, and this is with the Six of Swords. I think you need to make this jump, leap of faith in regards to your heart. I think you need to stop worrying about it, Virgo. Stop worrying about, you know, if your partner's not giving you much attention, maybe because your partner's working a lot in order to provide for the relationship. You know, picking up their slack, as it were, you know, as you're working hard as well, bringing into the relationship and so forth. But whatever it is, you're going to a beautiful place if you make this decision to step above your fear, you know. And once you do, that's when you're getting laser focused on. That's where the hawks are looking out for your happiness, that shining example. And once you start doing it, your happiness is going to be, it's going to come in very quickly. And I think this is according to your past and understanding your past. And it could be a fact that you were in a marriage before that went really badly wrong. And you just kind of like think, oh, I just don't want it to happen again. And you may be in this relationship there. And I think this is what you're worrying about your future. And I don't think you should be. I think things will be moving on very, very quickly in regards to your relationship. And if you put your heart into it, I think this Three of Swords, and I'm going to be very interested to see which card comes out now, how this Three of Swords plays into your future. Yeah, it's okay. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're working on it. You've got to work on it at the moment, and that's where you're gradually getting from that choppy ground to into much more sort of plain sailing, as it were. And I think this is, you're working hard on it, and you know how to do this. If you just invest your heart into the relationship and allow this person also to open up to you because you are opening up, I think that's the work you need to do. And you can avoid this Three of Swords with ease. With ease. You know, obviously everybody's living an individual situation. But once you do start doing that, you've got a good chance of avoiding that. If you concentrate on that Three of Swords, it's going to provide work for you because it will be a painful situation. But I don't think it does need to happen like that. And look at that out the top. The lessons of this week, you get the Ace of Cups with the World card. This is you going on into a whole new dimension, into a whole new way of being. And that's what the past is all about there. It's taking you towards that. And it's just, but you've got to see clearly within you where you are creating the anxiety, where it doesn't need to be. You know, and sometimes we can do that. You know, we can convince ourselves that something's wrong and it's not. But only you can stop it. On your financial side, look at that, Ten of Swords with the Five of Swords. I think this is something that you've walked away from the past. This is what the Five of Swords is all about. It's a situation that maybe in the past, say like 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, you were trying to create a business or a project, and it just caused a lot of stress and strain and arguments with you and other people that are around you. And that's possibly why you walked away from it. But this time round, it's going to be completely different. With the Wheel of Fortune, changing the Wheel of Fortune in your favor, you've got a lot of wisdom, knowledge, judgment that's coming in from the universe, because I think you're a lot clearer about the situation now than you were all that time ago when you first confronted it. And now you've got that wisdom and judgment in order to make the clear decisions for you to get the success out of it. And once you start motoring in that direction, that's when it's going to be exponential. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing. Yeah, this is from the past. This is a Justice card. So you got the Justice and Judgment out here as well. This is a real turning curve for you, I think. You know, turning a corner from your past. Your past is you getting you back onto that track. And because you're getting back onto that track, you're feeling a lot more harmony, a lot more at one with yourself. Finally, I'm back to what I should be doing. And this is really, really good for you. I think it's a very, very passionate future. And once you go off on that passionate mission with the Knight of Wands, you've got a lot of knowledge, understanding. There's a lot of things you've done in the past. As I say, you might have run a business in the past, and it might have been an atrocious nightmare, but it might have been years and years ago, and it doesn't affect you today. So you can be very detached to the situation. So now you can actually approach it in a completely different way with a load more knowledge, understanding, and you will be sitting in your power. You will be incredibly powerful about your passions. And this is where it leads on to the happiness after difficulty with the Ten of Cups. And you get the Four of Cups. This is where you are distilling those 3 of cups there into that 1 cup. I think you're redistilling something from the past into something that is new, but is still connected to what you ultimately should be doing in your life. The moment you sort of realize that and start reinvigorating it within your life, that's when you get that Ace of Cups that comes out and that 4 of Cups. That's when you're getting all the good stuff and you're putting it all into 1 cup. And because you're putting it into 1 cup, that's when you get the happiness after difficulty, and you start getting success with something that you might have thought was dead, done and dusted with, and it's never going to come back around, as it were. But yes, it is. And as I say, I think this window of opportunity is quite large for you. And it may be a slight and slow realization that may take 2, 3, 4 weeks, may even take 2 months. But I think it's this realization that is really forcing, for some reason, it's got to happen, Virgo. It's got to happen. So there you go. Thanking you very much for being here. Really appreciate all the support that you show this channel for the YouTube system. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I'll see you over on the energy videos that we do here as well. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.